Hi and welcome to Everyday Vlogging with Rich Pasini. Today is February 20th, 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It's greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content and you come back for more. Today I want to talk about right here, this here. See this here, folks? It's called Payless, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but Payless is closing 2,500 stores from what I was reading in the news. And they had put a map on the web page there. If you click on the state that you're in, it'll show you the towns that the stores are going to be closing up. For those who aren't familiar with Payless, it's a shoe store which has been around for quite some time, and apparently they're going up, they're closing up. So you might want to take advantage of it. It's a shame. I like them. The store, matter of fact, I just clicked on the map in New York and they showed a lot of the stores that I'm familiar with where I used to go shop at are going to be closing up. And it's kind of sad to see another one go out. We already had Toys R Us and you had other stores going out. I mean, there was a list for the stores that closed in 2018 and some new ones are going to be closed in 2019. So as sad as it may be, it is what it is, right? Anyway, I just want to say also that for the new followers that on the browser window, I have quite a few browser windows opened up. I do not read everything verbatim. I will give you the URL and tell you where the site, what the site is, and the rest is up to you if you'd like to pick up where I left off. So without further ado, let's get right to it. Okay, here's our first story. This one comes from CNBC. So let me give you the URL. It's www.cnbc.com. And it says over here, as you can see, store closing 10 to 30% off original price. Here's a map where the Payless shoe stores is closing 2,500 stores. So for those of you who are, as you can see, I had the rewards card. I was serious about it. I did like the store. This was published today at 11/12. You can see it here, well, February 19th. Not today, it was just published yesterday according to this. And it was also updated as well. So it's not old news. It goes on to say Payless Shoe Source filed for bankruptcy protection on Monday, a day after it began winding down its 2,500 U.S. stores. The retailer, founded in 1956 in Topeka, Kansas, expects all stores to remain open until at least to the end of March, and the majority until May. That will keep many of its stores open through Easter holiday, when it generates much of its sales. Payless said in the court documents that for many of its stores, it did not generate enough cash to support the cost of sourcing, design, and merchandising. The liquidation will not impact its franchise or Latin American stores, where its regions are the largest specialty footwear retailer. Payless said in the court documents that it is looking to reorganize in Latin America and franchise businesses, which include looking for capital to support those businesses. The filing marks a second trip to the bankruptcy court. Its first filed for bankruptcy protection in April 2017, eliminating nearly 700 stores and roughly $435 million in debt. But the shoe retailer continued to face challenges with competition raging. Oh, isn't that a surprise? From Amazon to TJ Maxx parent TJ Maxx Cosmetics to shoe retailer DSW, and Payless had a loss of $63 million in 2018 and a loss of $4 million in 2017. Here is the map of the United States, and anything you click, what happened here? There we go. I just refreshed the screen. As you can see here, these are the store closings here. All right, if you hover over it, I clicked over here in New York, it shows you 159 stores closing. And the stores over here, it'll show you, these are the ones, some of these here I'm familiar with. For example, like these are not the townships I live in, but for example, the one in Hicksville was the mall. Let's see over here. Well, it doesn't really matter. I guess it's not going to pertain to you folks. But anyway, just looking at these stores, the 159 in New York alone, there are, I think, 3 of them in my surrounding areas that I used to go to. And it's too bad that they're closing up. It really is. But if you go here to the store, whatever you click on, it'll tell you the states. That's how many closing up. And you can see it for yourself. And then when you click it on, you will get a list of the stores that are closing up. For those of you who are diehard Payless shoppers, because I like Payless. Like I said again, I used to buy my sneakers from them. I bought my dress shoes from them, and it's too bad that they're closing up. It really is. I just wanted to share that news with you guys really quick. So for those who are, not familiar with the story, now you know, and I gave you the URL, and you could check it out for yourself. Let's move right along here, and we're going to start right over here, folks. We're going to do a little eBay news here. All right, it says over here, this is from Good Morning America, and the URL is www.goodmorningamerica.com. This man sold his VCR on eBay and got the sweetest thank you note back. And it goes on to say, they say one man's trash is another man's treasure. One 31-year-old St. Louis man learned that in the sweetest way. Matt Showski recently took an eBay to sell an old VCR he had laying around in his house. When someone bought it, he boxed it up and sent it from St. Louis to Phoenix without thinking twice. I don't even remember where I got the VCR, Cherokee said. I think I sold it for about 30 or 40 bucks. And the story goes on to say the letter was from an 86-year-old man in Phoenix who bought the VCR from Cherokee, who must have gotten Cherokee's return address and from the label on the eBay package. In his writing, he told Cherokee he went to eBay for the first time to find a VCR and thanked him that it was such a great shape and worked perfectly. Now, there's also, if I'm not mistaken, I think there's a video over here that plays. I think it's this one here. I'm not sure. But because there's another one over here, it says the same story about the elderly man. It might be this one here. But if you would like to read the rest of the story, I thought it was kind of nice, that the guy got a thank you letter. And, well, I don't know if there are people out there that do get thank you letters from people who buy from you on eBay and stuff. But, hey, it is what it is, right? Anyway, you know the story and you know the URL. So let's move right along and bump out of here. Let's see this one here. This is the one I believe. Yeah, right here. If you want to check this one out, this is the one I think that has the video. I don't want to play it right now because it is getting late, and I don't want to keep this too long. It says over here, again, elderly man sends a thank you letter to the eBay seller for his VCR. You could read this. You could also play the video. It's about 1 minute long, and you could check it out for yourself. Yeah, you definitely check it out. It's the same story, but a little different here. Like I said, they got a video here for you to listen to. And let me give you the URL for this. It's www.6abc.com, and you could check the story, or just do a Google search and you can just read this here. Just look for elderly man sends a thank you letter to eBay seller for his VCR, and it should bring you to either one of these stories. Let's move right along here and bump out of this one here. And we'll do another eBay story here. And then I want to just end it with two other ones from e-commerce bites. This one goes on to say how two Uber/eBay alums sold 50 million adult diapers and raised 30 million from Eric Schmidt. E.T. Al. Okay. It goes on to say here. Oh, let me give you the URL. I'm sorry, folks. It's www. What's this here? No, thank you. We don't want to join right now. Come on, let me click this out here. My computer's going crazy. It's www.forbes.com. And this is the story you're looking for. And this was published on February 18th, 2019. It goes to co-founders of Because, a startup focused on incontinence products and other needs of seniors, can often be found deep in the weeds, or if you're okay with being more to the one point, deep in the waste matter of what's involved in developing the products. Their market demands. Alexia Savaguglo, okay, I can't say his name, for e-commerce honcho at eBay, and Luca Gualco, formerly of Uber and WeWork, may not be literally getting their hands in dirty. And it goes on to say here, it's at a point. Can't close that out. Okay. It goes, it's at a point for the comfort of my readers, I shall retire this line of language. But in terms of consumer product research, there's more willing to involve themselves in the itty-bitty details of adult incontinence that you expect from a couple of still youthful Silicon Valley types who are speaking actually a few decades from needing such products themselves. As you can see here, these two guys seem to go on the market with some adult diapers, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, Eric Schmidt, for those who are not familiar, Eric Schmidt is, unless he changed positions, if this is the same Eric Schmidt I'm thinking of, he's the CEO of Google, or Google ABC, whatever, Alphabets, whatever, you know, they got a company like that. I believe he is the CEO of Google. Anyway, if you would like to read that story, folks, I gave you the URL. You can see it up there. It's www.forbes.com. And let's get to the next story. All right. A most unusual Bob Dylan collectible for sale on eBay. His boyhood bathroom sink. I never see some amaze me. Apparently, you got to log on to this here. Okay, well, I'm not going to subscribe to this right here, but you know what? We will leave this one alone for now. Okay, let's go to the next story here. This one's interesting. I wanted to reverse these here a little, but I got the wrong one. Okay, well, we'll do it anyway. You know, I don't know how you guys have been on doing with your eBay. I just been on one seller's, you know, a YouTube guy who's a seller, and he has been doing pretty good. He must have sold at least 70 products according to the video. I don't know if it's in one day or within a couple of days, but this particular, I'm not going to mention names, but this particular eBay seller seems to be doing pretty good for himself. And even if they are, like he'll say, some of the sales may be small, he's still making enough money. He's making good enough money for me. That would do me good, what he's doing. And I don't know. I don't know how you guys are doing. I mean, to me, to be honest with you, my sales have been pretty flat. They've been pretty flatlined. I'm not making the sales like this person's making, I can tell you that. But I came across this story here because I typed in once before. I think I heard about this from another eBay seller. Somebody was inquiring about, does eBay hide sellers, you know, listings? And I did a Google search on it, and I came across this story, and this is from e-commerce. Now, this was done last year, July 1st. It came out 2018. It says eBay reveals when and why it hides sellers' sales. So it goes on to say, beware of running a sale on your eBay listings. Shoppers may not see it. eBay executive, remember that name, Bob Cuppins, revealed on Wednesday that if sales offers aren't good enough, eBay will suppress them. That may be unwelcome news, but at least sellers now have a greater understanding on how to deal with this new unannounced policy from eBay after 6 months of uncertainty. Some background of the for the uninitiated: when sellers run sales, eBay displays a banner showing the offers at the top of the listings in order to entice shoppers. For example, a seller might run a BOGO sale, buy one, get one, at X amount off, percentage off. But beginning in January, eBay moved sellers' sales banners to the bottom of the list where shoppers would be less likely to see them. Why? Really, why? A lot of us are dying with no sales. Why would you do something like that? Even say, well, that was last year. Well, it doesn't matter if it was last year. It happened, period. As we wrote in May, this is an active hyperlink. You could click this on and probably read more about it. Imagine a retail store holding a BOGO sale to excite shoppers, but placing the signs at the back of the store where many shoppers might miss seeing them. Never ceases to amaze me, folks. It never does. For the past 6 months, sellers have been forced to speculate on whether eBay was hiding their sales intentionally or if it was caused by a glitch. At one point, an eBay moderator told sellers discussing the problem in a thread on its discussion boards that initial testing showed an increase in sales when promotion was moved closer to the description, he added. We are keeping a close eye on this, and we assure you that if it leads to a reduction of sales, our sellers we will look into reverting back to the previous format. Remember the name, Cuppins. Cuppins' explanation on Wednesday contradicts that initial finding. He said eBay now removes banners from the top when it thinks sellers are trying to game the system while rewarding quality offers by keeping them at the top. While Cuppins revealed the new policy in a video presentation in response to pre-screened question from a seller, eBay has yet to announce the change. The seller had asked, "I'm wondering if we could have some sort of banner or advertising on our listing page, most important, and our store on our store page when we create a promotion. For example, if you run a buy one get one free promotion, buyers currently are not seeing that until they add the first item to their cart. And they are not putting the first item in their cart because they have no idea it is basically half price. We used to have a banner highlighting a promotion on the listing page. We would love to either have it back or understand the logic behind not advertising the seller's promotions on their listing pages and store page." Now this goes on and on and on over here. I'm not going to read too much of this here. I know I could, but I'm getting a little tired of it right now. I'll be honest with you, I'm a little upset. And I told you, remember that person's name, because the next video, or the next website is going to talk about that man. Now, keep in mind the dates when this came out. Sunday, July 1st, 2018. Notice the company. Let me give it the URL. www.ecommercebytes.com. Okay? Remember the date? And now I'll show you an updated thing. Click it here. If I can get it to work here. My computer is acting slow here. I'm sorry about that, folks. I don't know why it's doing that, but it is. Let's close this, see if it closes out there, and see what happens here. Let me refresh my screen really quick. Well, okay. I gotta let me go over here. Let me just click it on here. I told you, remember that story. And here we are. Sorry about the delay over there, folks. I'm having problems with my computer lately. I don't know what's going on with it. Remember the name. I told you in the last slide we just seen. Bob Cuppins is out of eBay. February 19th, 2019. It was yesterday. Okay? After rumors surfaced that Bob Cuppins was leaving eBay as part of the corporate reorganization announced last week, E-Commerce Bytes has confirmed his departure. Cuppins has been hired in 2016 by Hal Lawton, a former head of eBay North America, who himself departed from Macy's 1 year later. Lawton's replacement, excuse me, folks, Scott Cutler, is also out of eBay. Wow, I didn't know that either. It goes on to say, which is looking for a replacement to head eBay Marketplace America. I think, you know something, folks? This is just my take, okay? And please don't hold me accountable for it. I'm just throwing out my own opinion. If that is the case, where you got these executives leaving, especially the person that that's head of the eBay marketplace, whatever, is it no wonder why maybe people ain't getting sales, or maybe there's some kind of discrepancy with the company itself as far as how it's being run? I don't know. I mean, every time I turn around with eBay, it's always something. I mean, it's crazy. It really is. I never seen anything like it before. I mean, I don't know if Amazon experiences the same problems going on. I don't really do too much research on Amazon because right now I do sell, well, if you want to call it exclusively, I do sell on eBay exclusively right now. So that's why my main focal point is pertaining to eBay. But every now and then, I turn around, it's always something. And the funny thing is, and I understand there are sellers out there that are doing good. They may not voice their opinions. Okay, they may not voice their opinions, and they don't want to barrage eBay and make any derogative statements and stuff like that because they say, hey, I'm doing good on eBay. I'm making a couple $100 a day. I mean, you're not doing good. That's basically that's your problem, but it's not mine, so I don't really have much to say about eBay. But I'm not here to bash eBay or, like I said, make a derogative statements or anything about them, put them down. But the only thing that really gets me is like, I look at my listings and I can't even get an offer on half of them. I mean, people may look and say, well, I'll check your sold listings. Go ahead. I mean, the amount of money I made off those sold listings, if you do check it out, is nothing compared to what other people are making. I can tell you right to boot. And that's another thing too. I'll be honest with you. Not for nothing, but it's kind of like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but sold listings, I don't know if that's the right measure to take there. Like, everybody's seeing your sold listings, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. To me, I have mixed feelings with that. But, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But, again, with that aside, if you look at the things, the way the eBay is running, they're going through reorgs, they're having layoffs, executives are leaving here and there. And, now this guy here, if I'm not mistaken, he deals with the what do you call it? He's in. I think he's involved with the eBay marketplace, if I'm not mistaken, right? Let's see. Vice president of consumer business consumer, Cuppins was in charge of eBay's base. All right, B2C. Okay, as a global initiative owner of a select. Okay. Anyway, it just seems to me that it's always something with them. Let's read a little more about this here in the meantime, and then I want to end this video because it is getting late here. It's going on 10 p.m. It says Lawton's replacement, Scott Cutler, is also out at eBay, which is looking for a replacement to head eBay's Marketplaces Americas. As vice president of business to consumer selling, Cuppins was in charge of eBay's B2C category and served as a global initiative owner for its sellers experience. Cutler kept an extremely low profile among eBay sellers, while Cuppins was slightly more visible, which was unusual compared to the previous executives in similar roles. But the two executives participated in New Year's Day podcast last month that saw them apologizing for technical issues and addressing other problems sellers faced on its marketplace in 2018. See right here? Other problems sellers faced on its marketplace in 2018. How have your sales been, folks? I mean, I do get people that do comment on some of my things, but maybe they just don't want to share. Maybe don't have nothing to share. But if you guys, I'd like to know, if you want to share, if you do want to share it with us, drop a comment below. Let me know. Hey, let us know. Say, hey, you don't have to tell us what you're selling. I understand that. You don't need more competition, but you could, if you want to just drop a comment and say, hey, my sales have been pretty good so far for the month of January and February. I'm doing pretty good. Or if you don't want to, that's fine too. You don't have to give us your eBay user ID if you don't want to. Maybe you don't want people, you want to keep it low key, and that's fine. But if you want to drop a comment below and say, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. My sales are good. They're up. I'll be right up front and honest and tell you right to boot. My sales have been flat. Nothing to write home about. Not making tons of money, I'll tell you that. So, it's up to you guys if you would like to share it with us. And then it goes on to say over here, prior to joining eBay, Cuppins was vice president of online retail at Apple and spent 8 years at Target in a variety of roles of organization, from distribution to technology, e-commerce. Between working at Target and Apple, he was the head of e-commerce at Delta Airlines. We're working to find out if eBay plans to fill a position left empty by Cuppins. The company believes it has a strong leadership in place that is focused on driving seller success on eBay. Well, that's all yet to be seen. We'll see how that works out, including Harry Temkin and eBay's vertical business leaders. In addition, eBay's community team will continue to being closely engaged with sellers. We will see. That's all yet to be seen. Just want to look over here, read his comments. I love reading these here because I like to hear what other people have to say. In addition, eBay's community team will continue being closely engaged with sellers. Is that what they say? I never knowingly had any interaction or assistance from anything resembling that since starting on eBay nearly the beginning of their existence. Here's another one. I find the weekly chat sessions where moderators take issues back to various teams to be helpful. 2 down and only a few more to go. When's DW, that is, whoever don't know, that's Devin Wenig. He's the CEO. When's DW going? Goodbye, Bob Cupcakes. You won't be missed. Okay. Here's why. No more eBay. Say it isn't so. He was the gatekeeper for their vast collection of buzzwords. Now who's going to take that role? Going to miss cup beans, but will unilaterally be engaging my other resources to augment your absence. Don't let the door hit you. And last one I'm going to read here is this one here. Maybe kick DW and Grift. Grift to the curb, and those things might look up a bit. I know it's okay to dream. That's it. I'm not going to read anymore, folks. You got to check those out for yourself. You know the URL, folks. I'll just read it one more time, and I'm going to close this video out because it is getting late. You just heard my grandfather clock going off. It's 10 p.m. over here. You remember that commercial, 10 p.m.? Do you know where your children are? Oh, really? It is. It's 10 p.m. over here. It's getting late. It's www.ecommercebytes.com. And with that, we are going to close this video out. Okay. Well, folks, there you have it. You see what's going on with eBay. Like I said again, I don't know how you guys are doing out there. I know how I'm doing. It's nothing to write home about. I watch other sellers out there, and I read the comments on other sellers' YouTube channels. And, there are people out there that do like to see when people make sales. When I talk about the items they picked up at thrift stores and stuff like that. I can't do any of that, to be honest with you folks. People say, well, why can't you? Well, first off, I haven't been thrifting. Secondly, I haven't made any really sales to actually share with you. And the sales I do make, 1 or 2 here and there, I'm not going to come on YouTube just to make a video. I mean, my YouTube channel is Everyday Vlogging with Rich Pasini, but I am not going to come on here with 2 or 3 items I sold on eBay. It doesn't make no sense. It's foolish. If I had 10 or more, maybe I would do it, but otherwise, I can't see unless I compile what I sold in a month, which is not that much at times. I could do something like that, but for the most part, I don't have a lot of items that I sell where I could actually share with you guys. So I really do apologize for that. I know there are some people out there like to see. Somebody had told me once before that people like to, hear these things. The only thing I don't do, folks, and please don't get upset with me in that respect, in that regards, I should say. I don't always tell people what I bought. Sometimes I will, on occasion. I'll tell you what I paid for something, but it's on occasion. I don't do it everything. If I was to list, if I was to give a list of 10 items I sold on eBay, I'm not going to sit there and say I bought this for $2.99, I sold it for $15. I bought this for $5, I sold it for $20. I don't really get into the nitty-gritty of telling you what I bought it for and what I sold it for. Now a lot of people say, what's the big deal with that? Why is it such a? I don't know. I just don't think it's necessary to talk about that there. Some people will do, and some people love it. They eat it up, and that's good. There's nothing wrong. There are other people, there are other sellers that do that on their YouTube channels, and I'm not saying that's bad. That's good if it works for you, and it maybe attracts more. Maybe it attracts more subscribers. Maybe that could help build someone's subscriber base up. I don't know, but I really don't have much to share with you guys as far as that part goes. So I do apologize, but if I ever do come into a situation where I happen to have a killing day or a killing week where I sold maybe 20 items, 15, 20 items, yeah, then I will definitely, without a doubt, my word to you guys out there, I will definitely share with you guys, but I don't make that many sales to actually, it's not worth producing a video to say, well, I sold this here today. Oh, that's all you sold. That's all you sold, that one item. What can I tell you? You know, what am I going to do? I'm going to, do I just get a bunch of items from I had from last year or whatever and say, well, this is what I sold? Well, this sold back in 2016. This sold back in 2017. Yeah, well, yeah, somebody could do a compilation like that if you want to put down what you sold for the year. Yeah, then it might work. But believe me, what I sold in a year is a joke. I'm being serious, folks. I really am, because I'm not trying to be funny. Honest to God, I am not trying to be funny. But what I sold in a year, but believe me, it's not worth talking about. Anyway, guys, it's getting late. I just want to say again, thank you to the new subscribers who recently subscribed. I really do appreciate you taking the time to check out my videos. If you do like the content, like I said earlier in the beginning of this video, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And just to give you a little overview on my YouTube channel, folks, this YouTube channel discusses different things. Yes, I do talk about the reseller news, and that will probably be pretty much, unless there's something I feel is not worthy to put out there, I will definitely be doing, hopefully be definitely doing the reseller news pretty much on a daily basis, along with other videos on the side. It could be how-tos, do-it-yourselves, whatever. But for the most part, I definitely will continue to do the reseller news, because you guys out there, maybe eBay sellers, maybe you're not, maybe you just like the content. I hope you do like the content to put out. And if you guys want to see me discuss other things or talk about different topics, drop it in the comments below. You know, that's the only way I'm going to know. I can't read your minds out there, you know. So if there are different topics you want me to talk about or you want to hear me discuss, please, again, drop it in the comments below. But that's what my YouTube channel is all. It's a channel also to help people out. I love helping people out, and if I can give information that is helpful to you, and again, even if a small people get a takeaway of 1%, or even 2 or 3 people get a takeaway from the information I put out there that's been helpful to you guys, that makes me happy. You know, that's what this channel is all about. Okay, and I enjoy doing it, and this is one of my passions. I do love creating videos. I do love posting videos out there, and I will be doing different topics, and like I said again, different things. I like digital photography. I like talking about, you know, maybe I might want to discuss my hobbies, what I like, you know, the things I like to do, and share different things with you. So I do hope you guys like it, and you'll subscribe to my channel. That's basically it, guys. It is late. It is 10 p.m. over here. I'm in the East Coast in New York. My name is Rich Pasini. You're watching Everyday Vlogging, and I just want to say thank you again. Till tomorrow, be on the lookout for some more new videos will be coming out. So until then, guys, bye-bye.